What's up, folks? Arctic here. I'm going to try to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. But a lot of you guys have been asking me about Destiny, so I do want to talk a little bit about the beta, how I feel about the game, and maybe I can do a couple videos to elaborate on some of those feelings. But this is PvE gameplay that you guys are watching right now. I play PvE all the way up through clearing out old Earth, basically, old Russia, and then I played PvP. So the missions overall felt pretty good in terms of like the gameplay kind of feel of them. The flow of them felt good. I could say the AI didn't feel that particularly challenging. The one frustrating point that I had was actually playing with other people. I didn't play with a group of friends, which was my mistake. I will duly note that when the game comes out. But in the strike mission for Devil's Lair, I ended up getting paired with random people. And so the experience there was just, it left me wanting a vastly different or more from having a joint PvE type mission or raid. The basis for my complaint was that the other people just had no idea what they were doing. And I would say we got paired with 6, I believe. So it was me plus 5 other people. 2 guys were running around in circles. 1 guy quit. And when I say running around in circles, in the first area where you land into the strike mission, they just were running around that giant square, shooting, and just hopping up in the air. So that was completely just not very enjoyable. The other 2 guys ran ahead, and I kind of realized what the other guys were doing, and then I ran ahead with the other 2 players, and it was just me doing all the work. As a matter of fact, during the mission where you play, or during the section where you play against that arachnid thing, there was one guy that actually went AFK for like 25 minutes. 25 minutes. And we stayed on that one area because it was just a bullet sponge. But can you imagine, like, getting into a game like that where it's going to take a very long time? And this happens all the time in MMOs. You get into the game, someone just goes AFK, and you're like, oh, really? You're that dude? So as you can imagine, I was like heated going through this experience, and I had like 200 kills, a bunch of revives because these 2 guys just kept dying over and over and over again, and I'm just like, dude, I mean, this is like the easiest thing I've ever faced, and how are you dying? What are you doing right now? And I think they just wanted to run out and Rambo it because that's what they were used to from, I guess the general AI running around in the world up to that point. So very, very frustrating experience on Devil's Lair. So again, I know what the fix is. The fix is to play with friends so you don't get paired with people like that. But if you're one of those people that plays by yourself, be prepared when this game comes out to play with people that have absolutely no idea what they're doing, and you end up doing all the work. That happens all the time. It's going to be a point that people bring up, so I just want to talk about it now. Pretty frustrating. From a PvP standpoint, I felt like this game has very good mechanics, solid multiplayer experience. I saw some people complaining about the netcode. I would say that there was some lag here and there, but I'm gonna be upfront. Unless I think I'm playing against someone that is of equal skill as me, generally speaking, lag is not a factor, right? Because at the end of the day, and this is not trying to toot my own horn, I've been playing shooters long enough that at the end of the day, if I'm better than you at a shooter, you're just gonna die. Doesn't matter if lag's involved, doesn't matter if you're host, doesn't matter, you're gonna die. And so when I'm playing games like this, I don't really notice lag because I'm so used to playing shooters now. I know how to compensate for it. I know where people are going to go. I just know the general flow of a PvP game. So that had absolutely no bearing on my performance whatsoever. Like, people just died. So, outside of, a couple mishaps with understanding, I think, how glide functions, I just don't really feel like lag was a factor in my performance at all. And I've seen people kind of hinting at, netcode or the lag in the game. I'm not going to say that it's great. It's certainly not great. But it's not something that determined whether or not I was winning and losing. Some people will say otherwise, but I'm not one of those people. The other thing, weapons felt good, abilities felt good. The one thing I felt like could be balanced as of right now, was that golden gun for the hunter comparatively, against the Titan and the Warlock's, abilities, special abilities. It feels quite powerful by comparison. And that's because I know it's point click shoot, where the other ones are like actual abilities where you have to like aim them and time them. The golden gun is just not that difficult to use. So I think there's definitely something there that people might latch on to for complaints about balance. I'm also kind of wondering how some of the other game types might work. It seems like they have certain rules in place that either limit your armor and your weapons and make everything level, or they don't, which we don't. I couldn't actually say that they do or don't, because the first game mode specifically has in the description that certain things were evened out or completely disabled, like the armor advantages and whatnot, for this PvP. So they could have some game modes where people just willingly throw themselves into situations where they're out leveled, outgunned, out armored, and have at it. So I'm kind of interested to see if that's actually their intention there, or is it just how all of the PvP competitive stuff is going to be. Now, overall, like I said, the thing that I want to stress is that this game feels really solid, right? There's not too many betas that you're going to play, and I've seen people playing months and months ago, and I've seen people playing now. The same level of detail looks like, people that were playing 6 months ago that are playing now. It looks phenomenal, right? And I think that's credit to Bungie's history in making games like this, is that they can do a very good job making polished controls, polished gameplay, polished game mechanics, and it just feel like a very, very good experience. The problem I really have, but it's not necessarily a problem, it's more of a question, is what is the identity of Destiny? What is separating this game from a Borderlands, from a Halo multiplayer experience, from any of the games that I've played in the past? It's going to compel me to play this, right? So, some people can say, oh, well, it's the story and lore, plus it's Borderlands, and this is always what I wanted to play. Sure, that's fine, but when the new Halo comes out, because I'm sure a lot of people are Halo fans, at least on the Xbox, would you still be playing Destiny? And that's where I'm kind of like, if this game goes up against some of the other big juggernauts, where does it fit? At least on the Xbox. PlayStation, I feel like this game is going to really, really shine, because they don't have a shooter that I feel like is delivering the same experience that either Halo or Gears of War, or possibly you could say Call of Duty, it delivers that on PlayStation. But none of them really have the lore and story and fiction that kind of fits a Bungie game. So I think this game can really, really shine on PlayStation. I'm a little concerned about Xbox. And even some of the new titles coming up, like, let's say, Evolve, are people going to be splitting time between some of the other titles and Destiny? Are they going to be playing this for a very long time? I would think that the intention is to play an MMO RPG style shooter for a very, very long period of time. And I'm kind of wondering, because of this vastly competitive field that we're entering into the fall, if this is going to be a game that people play a couple months, couple weeks, or what. So I don't know what you guys kind of think about it. It seems like I got some mixed opinions about some people towards the game. A lot of people excited. Again, I feel like it's super polished, but I'm just worried about the identity. So I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary, gameplay, explanation, impressions, whatever you want to call it. But I will catch you guys later. Stay frosty.
Haven't been on Earth in centuries. The darkness could be a lot closer than we think. We should probably get moving.